Today, I'm going to talk about intuition. I want to talk about what is intuition, how to tune into it, how we can use it in practical ways, because it really, really is life-changing when you're tuned into this inner knowing, when you're tuned into this deeper awareness of, what's possible for you when you start to follow your heart, when you start to follow your calling, your soul in a world full of distractions. So before we get into it, as always, let's take a deep breath. Let's get into comfortable space, maybe grab a tea or a coffee, and let's tune in. So closing down your eyes, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I want to intentionally share this from a place of, being helpful. I want to help you to be optimistic in where you are in your life right now. And through this, understanding of your intuition, you're going to be able to take that next step in life. That next step can look like letting go. That next step can look like trying something new, investing in yourself. It can look like changes in your living situation, in your relationships, and your work, your purpose, your whatever you're working through. Being connected to your intuition can help you to make decisions, right? Your intuition is essentially a higher guidance that all of us have that allows us to receive answers on what to do next. So it's like this inner knowing that we can connect to. So everybody's going to experience it differently and in their own way. For me, my intuition is a knowing. I can literally feel it in my body when things are a yes and a no. And this is because I've built a relationship with it. But for me, it's just really a knowing that I can't really explain sometimes. Other people, they might be more visual. They might actually see visions of what they need to do. They might hear a voice in their mind, and it might be different. You might experience all of these things. And with your intuition, it's important to understand that this isn't something that needs to be overly logical. Your intuition is something that doesn't always make sense, and it doesn't have to. Sometimes you will have a clear knowing that something is wrong for you. Let's start with that. So this can appear in relationships, for example. So intuitively, we have the ability to tune into when the doors are closing on a relationship, when it's just not right anymore. Maybe the lessons have been learned. Maybe this person isn't necessarily who you thought they were. I've experienced anxiety before in relationships, and I thought that it was anxiety. And I come to learn now it was my body speaking to me. My body was telling me, my intuition was telling me that the chapter was closed, the lesson was learned, it's time to move forward. And that negative feeling, that buzzing, it was almost like my nervous system, alert. It got bigger and bigger as I stayed in the situation that I was in. And so this was a clear knowing that it was time to move forward. So now that I've experienced that, I know when I can feel the difference when I meet someone. If I feel that anxious feeling, or even those butterflies, versus feeling regulated and feeling calm and intuitively knowing that this person is meant to be on my journey. This can also come up with, jobs, your career. You can feel like, again, the chapter's closed intuitively. You might hear it, you might feel it, you might just know it's time to try something new. So what's going to happen is Your intuition is going to, if you're open to it, will guide you to that next step. So you can even ask your intuition, like, what's my next step? And then wait for synchronicities to come up. So, for example, you might see a job posting that comes up the next day after you realize that, you're not enjoying where you're at right now. You might, get a message from a friend talking about an opportunity or something. And so this is your opportunity to listen to your intuition. Because when you listen to your intuition, when it's nudging you to close a chapter, when something's no longer good for you, it's clearing the way for what is good for you. So your intuition is essentially this connection with God, with source, with the universe, whatever you like to tune into and call it. It's like this creation, this co-creation where you're physically here taking actions, and this higher power, this energy wants the best for you. So it's going to nudge you to let go, to start something new, to step forward, to book that flight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's always there every single day, even in the little ways, like guiding you to a certain restaurant or to speak to someone, to network with someone. It's always there guiding you. So, which is so exciting because it's like, oh, I don't have to do life alone. I remember tuning into my intuition and I was like, it's like the fear vanished from me because I realized, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. Like, I'm guided by this higher power and I can physically take action on it. And I've built trust with my intuition because every time I take action on it, even when I don't logically know why, I've always received something bigger from it, and something bigger and bigger each time, or something that just makes me feel good, something that makes my life better in some way. And it doesn't always feel good. So obviously, like the letting go part that I just talked about, that's not going to feel good. Right? We all have beliefs as well. We all have an ego as well. That's like, no, stay. Like, it feels good to be in this toxic relationship. It feels good and comfortable to stay in this job. But that doesn't mean it's right. And that's where, you have to have this trust with your intuition. The way to build trust with your intuition, like I mentioned, is to practice tuning into it, listening to it, taking action on it, and learning to let go of logic. Let go of logic. Okay, so we've been born into a system, a society of logic. Like, we've been put right into school where everything is, we're right in the mind. We're right in the logical mind, which is a very small portion of who we are. We're just so much more than that. And life is just so much deeper than always, having a 5-year plan and like steps that are going to happen, because life, like, it just happens. And when you listen to your intuition, life happens for you. You don't have to have all these steps and all of this like forcing and going after it. It's like, when you listen to your intuition, picture it like opening the doors for you. Because like I said, God just wants good for you. So when you listen to it, you get to unlock new things for you. It's like a video game. It's so interesting. And so learning to listen to your intuition versus your logic is very important sometimes. Obviously, it's important to have some logic, but I'll give you some examples of like bigger things that I've experienced, and why like logic wasn't necessarily what was the driver of my decision and how it changed my life. So for example, in my last episode, I mentioned my healing journey and how me going to an event, Danny Morell's event, changed my whole life. And this intuitive knowing that I needed to go to this place, I didn't know what was going to happen. I had no idea. I just had this knowing that I needed to go because I trusted that for me personally, that was the place I needed to go at that moment in time. So of course my ego mind came up and said, it's a lot of money. Are you sure you want to go by yourself? What is your job going to think? What if you change a lot? Like, what are people going to say? I was like, I had all these human logical thoughts coming up. And so what I did was, I didn't seek permission from anyone. I didn't ask anyone for their opinion before I went. I had already been kind of looking into intuition and all this stuff before. So I was like, I'm just going to go. I don't tap my card, whatever, I'm going to go. And that brought me on this whole journey that I've been on, which unlocked my intuition even more and allowed me to then discover my purpose. Moving to Bali, this was intuitive. People always ask me, how did you know to go to Bali? How did you know to move there and you book a one-way? Again, it was this knowing that I needed to go, and so many synchronicities. And I received so much from it. I was completely taken care of. I met so many good friends and mentors and did different trainings that, ended up being so unique, something that I would not have received here. I was able to become my most authentic self. Just mind-blowing, my ability to speak like this. It was I didn't get this ability to talk about intuition from reading a book. I'm not regurgitating information. I'm speaking from my experience. And so it's that's why I have that trust. I was taking action on it. And if I would have listened to the logic of other people who would have been in the energy of fear and saying, well, are you sure you should do that? I made sure that I only shared my dream of, this dream that came up of going to Asia I shared it with one person at first. And this one person I had actually met at Danny's event, because I knew she trusted her own intuition. She trusted herself. So when I spoke to her about it, she actually took care of, some things at home for me and was like, you need to book that flight. You need to go. Because she could feel in her body, intuitively for me, it was like, no, you need to go do this. So I just have so many stories. Life is just so profound and deep. And I want all of you to start to tune into your intuition, because that's where the magic is at. This is where that co-creation with something higher than you is at. This is where you get to follow your heart and discover your purpose like I have. And you get to step into who you are. You get to clear out what's not for you and start to get in alignment with what is for you. And being able to hear your next steps through your intuition will get you on that path of alignment. And so I encourage you to start to tune into yourself. When I say my healing journey helped me to tune into my intuition, which unlocked my purpose, etc., this happened because my energy was clear. So when you do deep healing work, when you heal your nervous system, when you heal your energy, when you let go of the trauma and the past pain, and you're essentially your life force energy is able to flow through you. It's we're born connected to this higher intelligence. Children are connected to this deeper intelligence. And through life experiences, I was saying with school, for example, we're just in the logical mind. If we have parents that are disconnected from their emotions, from, they're very logical, we tend to disconnect from our energy, and we disconnect from this flow, and we, have all these stressful, painful moments in time that keep us locked up. So when you start to heal and unlock and clear your energy, that's when you unlock your intuition. So if you're sitting here and you're listening to me and going, okay, that's great, Danielle, but I don't have an intuition. I don't hear it. You do. You definitely do. It's just a matter of starting to listen to it, and just a matter of starting to tune into your inner world. And you can do this through energy healing, through meditation, through breath work. You can also do it by starting to listen to yourself instead of asking for others' opinions. You can stop asking ChatGPT what to do next and how to communicate. You need to listen to yourself. That's when life will change for you. That's when these doors will like bust open for you, is when you start to tune into your inner world and let go and reconnect with yourself and your truth. And also getting to know, learning the difference between that, the fear, the ego mind, and the love, the intuition, the higher guidance. So the difference of the ego mind would be when you're overthinking something, when you're creating a story around it. Yeah, but what if this? And I don't know if I can this. It's like this lack of trust that you're experiencing, and it's really heavy, whereas your intuition is quite subtle but powerful. It's like this, you just know. And it's like, it's going to keep coming up. So if it's something that you're hearing or you're seeing signs, it keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. And yes, there might be these fears that pop up, but it's like the intuition is stronger. It's more powerful. And so you're going to feel this expansion when it's your intuition, versus the ego mind. You're going to feel more contraction, like you're shutting down. Whereas if you visualize you stepping into that thing that you're being called to, feel into that. Does that feel expansive to you? Even if it's like an intimidating move, you'll feel like, ooh, this could really change something for me. This could really change something for someone else. So getting to learn the difference between the two, it's a matter of practicing and a matter of getting to know your inner world. And then you won't have to necessarily overthink your decisions. It will become like this every single day. You'll know, okay, I'm on my path. I'm aligned. This is what I'm supposed to do. And that's essentially the work. That's our job here, is to get aligned with what our heart and our soul wants, because God knows what we want and is trying to help us create that. That's what we're here to do. So this is all, like, whether this is new to you, whether this is something you already know, it's amazing to just connect with it and to see what you can experience every day when you listen. This is something that I help my clients with. So my clients work with me on a consistent basis, and with the healing work, with the energy work, the nervous system work, and also learning to, get into alignment with actions and decisions, they all tune into their intuition. They all open up and are able to see, okay, what's good for them, what's bad for them, tune in. A lot of them tune into their purpose as well, because we're clearing out the noise and we're allowing that inner guidance to flow through. And it's so powerful and it's beautiful to see. And if this is something that you're interested in, send me a message on Instagram. I'm always open to connecting, and I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments. If you have any questions about your intuition, or you send me a message, I would love to connect with you. And I will talk to you next time.